Should be ready to roll. Yes, we are live in action. Jason Bramlett joining me today, my good friend, Mr. Erik Hatch, a man of many hats, coaching, author, team leader, uh, great dad. I mean, what else? What else? What else do we have to talk about today? But I appreciate everybody joining us here for Real Estate Speed School. We are going to get launched. I can't wait to introduce you to my friend Erik. So hold tight. We're coming right with you. If I can get the button to click. All right, all right. So, one cool thing that you got coming out is an awesome new message, a new book, and you and Robbie T on this one, right?
Yeah, my partner, Robbie T, he is very much on the lead conversion side of things. I live on the team lead and leadership side of things. I use the word lead a lot there. Lead, leadership, lead conversion, lead, all those things. Nonetheless, my
Yes.
partner, Robbie T, and I wrote this book because we felt that there was this glaring hole in our industry that hasn't been the story hasn't been re-articulated in how we find it now. Let's go back 20 years or so when the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book was written, which
Yep.
was so fundamental in my business and my life. Jason, I know it was for you too, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was this book in which I used as a blueprint of, okay, how am I supposed to grow this? What does my economic model look like? How does this all grow to be? And I've read that book probably 4 or 5 times and continue to use it as a resource.
Hmm.
But as a guy who built a business, I was a part-time agent before I was a full-time agent, and then I was a full-time agent. Then I ran a team, and I was a producer and a team leader, and then I got out of production. I lived the seventh level dream and got out of production. Uh, and I'm like, where did all my money go?
Yeah.
What just happened? Uh, I gave all my business to my team,
Hmm.
and then some of those team members stuck around, some of them didn't. But when I handed off the transaction, I unintentionally handed off the relationship.
Yes.
And that has cost me, at this point, I've added up the math, and I live in Fargo, North Dakota, y'all, where the average sales price is still under $300,000 today. In this world that I live in, I've calculated I've lost over $2.5 million in the last 8 years of actual cash in my. I don't know if a lot of you have $2.5 million, but like if I had,
Yeah.
and that's just from my own personal production. I
Right.
did the thing that everybody thinks they're supposed to do because that's how I interpreted MREA, was I was supposed to rush to get out of production. And that is destructive
Hmm.
and financially irresponsible. And there's a better way to do it. And this is what I had to learn by doing. And now
Yep.
I'm coaching people across the country on this exact model of what I should have done and what I'm now transitioning my business to. And instead of growing a mega team, we talk about growing a micro team. You can still have a large team with other people, and there's certainly nuanced pieces that we speak to in our book on that. And again, the book is called The Perfect Real Estate Agent Blueprint because we're confident that this blueprint is for everybody. Jason, most people shouldn't have a big team.
I
They're
don't. Yeah.
it is such a different skill set.
Yeah.
Selling homes and leading people is like swimming and climbing a tree, two totally different skill sets.
One
And
hundred
then
percent.
in addition to that, most people still want the ideal life of, I want to make more money and I want to
Yep.
work less.
Yeah.
That's the people say the American dream is like entrepreneurship. No, people want to make more and work less. That's what people want.
That's
And
right.
and we crack the code on this by, instead of thinking big, you think small.
Hmm.
This is a cash grab move, Jason.
All right.
This is the way in
Maximize.
which you can maximize your cash. And so in the Perfect Real Estate Agent Blueprint, your first hire, when you're finally ready for leverage, and for most people, it's when they hit 24 to 36 transactions in a year.
Okay.
Of course, if you're living in Orange County, California, where your average sales price is $1.5 million, maybe it's when you hit 12 to 15. But
Right.
for
Right.
poor
Right.
guys like you and me, Jason,
Yeah.
where we live, it's going to be 24 to 36 transactions. Your first hire should be an admin. That's actually what MREA teaches you as well, as it's an admin. But this person is your life leverage piece. This is a personal assistant to help you breathe everywhere you go. And what happens is they should buy back for you 15 to 25 hours a week in your life.
Okay.
And every time we hit this cycle, you should be able to look at it and say, am I going to use this time to rest, or am I going to use this time to grow more cash? And my
Right.
challenge for you early on, if you're going to follow the perfect real estate agent blueprint, is to grow your cash. So you hire one admin, and that person should free up 15 to 25 hours a week. And then you should go from 24 to 36 transactions to probably 45 to 60,
Yep.
just with the help of an admin. You're working the same number of hours, but you're now thinking of yourself like a business person. All this fundamental in MREA. Step number
Yes.
2 is actually the same thing as MREA again. It's another admin. The first person helps you to breathe. The second person helps you to grow. They're marketing. They're working on your database. They're helping you in your social media. They're getting your word out there so that now you're taking your energy and somebody else is helping you to get more attention.
Mhm.
Don't go buy your business elsewhere. So everything up to this point in our perfect real estate agent blueprint looks like MREA, but here's where it changes. This is the move. This is a grab for cash, and it's a grab for time. Your next hire is not a buyer agent. A buyer agent is the worst hire you can make. As I said, a buyer agent is the worst hire you can make. Or let me just say, most people put the new kids on buyers and not sellers, because sellers takes a more finesse and experience and a higher D and all those things. So if you hire a buyer agent, let's say you have a buyer agent and you have 5 quality leads, Jason, that you want to give this person.
Okay.
You yourself, you can close all 5 of those. You're a king in a 2-month period. You're gonna convert those. You're gonna crush them. But in our heads, we're like, wait a minute. I can take somebody who's brand new to real estate, who's never sold a house in their life, and they're going to convert 5 just like I convert 5. And they're going to have a huge life, and I'm going to have a huge life. And then I'm going to hire 10 or 15 to 20 more buyer's agents. And this is just going to compound everything. And daddy's going to be sitting with a lot of cash and all the time in the world and everything else. I just refer to myself as daddy, and that's so weird to do. So in this, Jason, here's the chance. That person, that buyer agent, honestly, they're going to close 3 out of 5, but probably 2 out of 5. Does that feel accurate?
That sounds dead on to me.
So if each one of those is a $10,000 commission on a 50-50 split, you as the team leader getting 50%, them as the buyer agent, they're getting 50%. Now you're taking this and you're saying, all right, well, I thought I was going to make 25, but actually I only made 10.
Right.
Well, 10 grand is still more than I had before. And so I'm just going to keep taking this broken model of getting somebody to make 10 grand. And what we fail to do is we fail to say, how am I helping that other person? How does that team member get an unbelievable experience? They were hired too quickly. Most people will always do this. They were trained too poorly. They were thrown into the deep end far too quickly. And now they're living a life of massive financial insecurity. There's 5 types of people that can actually get into real estate on a full-time commission job. First, you have a sugar daddy or sugar mama.
Yep.
Second, you're a trust fund kid. Third, you have a part-time job that's helping to pay the bills just so you can eat and live.
That's right.
Number 4, you have terrible financial habits and are going into massive debt. And number 5, which is intentionally the pinky, Jason, are the people who actually have 6 months of savings and can get into real estate full-time. We hear this stat thrown around and we don't do much about it, is that 87% of people fail in real estate in the first 5 years. That's a stat. That's a stat that rings true, but we're not changing how we're doing it. And Robbie and I, with our perfect real estate agent blueprint, are here to change how we do this, because your hire shouldn't be somebody who's going to close 2 out of 5 and have to be full-time commission and super irresponsible and undertrained. And then guess what? We're perpetuating bad business in the future, not only by creating a stable filled with donkeys, but our clients are less likely to refer us. You see the compounding problems here, and MREA speaks not of this. It was one of those things in which the book could have been 1,000 pages long and they probably would have got there, but they didn't. And so Robbie and I are getting there. The move you do is a salaried partner, a licensed salaried partner. This is a nurse to your doctor. This is the person who does the showings and sets up the drips and does the constant communication. And they are a direct extension of you. They are the relationship manager while you are there as the person to still navigate the transaction. Yeah. And what happens in this, Jason, is you get back your time.
Love it.
2 admin hires, of course, they help you leverage, so you're doing more of the same. But now, for the first time, you're getting somebody to do some of the same. And instead of giving them the full job, you give them part of the job. and you don't give them a commission job in which they hope and pray that they're going to be successful, and 87% of the time they're not. You give them a chance to get their MBA or their fellowship or their doctorate working under you and alongside you. And so in this moment and in this time, this person is set up for success. Jason, I've hired with my team is about 50 people right now. Every single one of my agents, outside of a small handful of them, started as a showing partner.
Okay.
Every single agent that has left me in the last 5 to 7 years started as a showing partner. And every single one of them, I'm talking 35 out of 35 hires that started as showing partners are massively successful in real estate now. We cracked the code. We found the blueprint, and it is you start in a salaried position. And here's the win, win, win in this. The win comes because, number one, me as the leader, as the agent, I have 3 people on salary. That sounds scary AF, but it is the right move for people. If you actually treat this like a business, every time you want to make one of these hires, you got to make sure you have at least 4 months of operating expense and personal expense.
Okay.
Get it in that mindset. I got four months of operating and personal expenses. I'm ready to make this hire. My business is growing. And most people are afraid of growth, or they're afraid of their ego getting crushed.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're stuck in that. But the first win that comes in this is how it's a great opportunity for others. The first win is for us. We win. We're going to get our time back.
Yep.
We're going to get more money. We're going to get a chance for clients to repeat and refer and to bring all this up so that we can have a great win. The second win comes from the agent that we're training, right? The admin are getting good, solid careers. They're getting good, predictable stuff, and they're leveraging. Jason, we run big teams, man. Go back to when your team was small, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Wasn't that the sweet spot?
Yeah.
Wasn't that when you had the most fun?
It was for sure, and crushed it, and it was intense. It was high energy. It was it was fun. It's different than it is today. Not that it's not fun today. It's just
look at your stress now, right?
Yeah.
Look at if you have a change that needs to happen, it's going to take you months to make that change because you got to win the room before you get in it, and you got to meet with everybody, and they're going to massage. When you're a team of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, you can make a change in an instant.
Yeah.
You can rewrite the ship and make an ad. That is fun time. That's what my coaching company is right now. We're 7 people, and it is like this intimate, tight-knit group. I have more fun there than I do with my real estate team. I love them both, but I have more fun with my coaching team because it's small and it's intimate, right?
Right.
And so we go and we're creating an environment so everybody wins. I win, my team members win, but the third win comes with our clients. Because I mentioned before, our ego is in the way. And our ego is in the way thinking that we can do everything. Or our ego is in the way thinking that we can grow something really big and still deliver a high level of service. And both are wrong for most people.
For sure.
And so this move, I want to share with you just what the next couple of steps look like, because this now is a radical transformation. Because if you have a showing partner or a partner that is a licensed person on your team, you have 3 choices of what to do with them, Jason. Number 1 is they stay as a lifer. They want to be in this role. They don't want high pressure of negotiations, but they don't mind working nights and weekends, and they want to be closely connected to you. This person maybe starts making a 5 or 10% commission on each deal that you do, plus a base pay, and now they're a lifer for you. Wouldn't you kill to have somebody as an extension of you on your personal business that's going to cost you a tiny bit of margin? It's holy cow, sign me up. Why the hell didn't I think of this back 8 years ago when I got out of production, right?
Right. Well, and think about any other business in America. What business is out there like, I want to bring on a lot of people and I'm going to give them half. I'm going to give them 50% of the gross.
Yeah, well, you've earned it. I mean, you took a 90-hour class, so you're certainly ready for this now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the model isn't broken because people have found success, but the model is being improved upon here. And that's what we're doing. This new blueprint is fun because now you take the showing partner or the partner and they can either stay as a lifer. Number 2, the most common is they're a graduate. They have earned the way. And please, folks listening, if you were to write down one thing, please write this down for your teams and your business, is that everything is earned and nothing is given. Yeah. Jason just said the irony of us giving a 40 or 50% of our business to somebody else because they took a 90-hour class and then they were trained for 2 weeks. Like that is irresponsible business practices. So everything is earned and nothing is given. So as somebody graduates, they've served X amount of time. They've brought in X amount of deals. They've showed this level of competency. And now they've earned a spot to get 40 or 50%. Okay.
Yeah.
So first is lifer, second is graduate. And by the way, all my graduates now, they're making 100,000 plus in Fargo, North Dakota. I got people making $500,000 in Fargo in this model.
That's beautiful. Right? Yeah.
I'm so happy of the life that I can give to others. Now I get a big life when other people win. That's a great thing for me. But everything about this is how can my clients win? How can my team members and my partners win? If they don't win, I don't want to do it, Jason. Right. It's not of interest to me. But the third move, which is a bit of a twist, and it is the thing that if I could go back in time and change time, this is what I would do, is instead of that person graduating off my micro team, they graduate up my micro team.
Okay.
Meaning they go from being the nurse to the doctor. They go from being the person doing the duties of a showing partner and supporting my business to now running my business. But I don't step out of the business. I step out of the transaction, and I still stay in the relationship with my people and my clients.
Yeah.
Because if I do this, I promise you, if I'm the power source, Jason, if you're the power source, this empire builder is what we call it. As they graduate up my micro team, they're going to be close to me. And most people are actually not hunters. They choose not to hunt. It's why they're on a real estate team in the first place. Is they're saying, I don't want to go out and risk bigly. Right. 69% of the world on the disc profile are high S's. They're stable. They want steady. They want predictable. Only 3% of us are high D's that are like oftentimes super big risk takers and want all the power and responsibility. So this person can make in Fargo, North Dakota, as an empire builder, $250,000 and not have to hunt one day of their life. They just have to service the business that I'm bringing to them. I am now the CRO, the Chief Relationship Officer. They are in charge of the transaction. That means I get my nights and my weekends back. That means I get my cake and I eat it too. That means I'm giving my clients an unbelievable experience. And that means that this new person on my team has a bigger life than they could ever have on their own. And I'm listening to what they want. They don't want to stress. They don't want to hunt. They want to have great predictability and proximity to the power source. We check all the boxes in this, Jason. This new perfect real estate agent blueprint, I am convinced of it. When people implement it, their worlds will change. It's happening with my coaching clients right now. And with this book, we're getting louder. And people need to hear it in the back because they need to transform how they run their business and step into this model. And they will have more money. They'll have more time. They'll have better opportunities for others. Your clients are happier. I can't see a hole in it, but of course my ego says that.
Yeah. Right. For sure. Absolutely. Well, it really is what I'm hearing is we're getting away from, so many people get into real estate because they want to be free. And it's actually the worst thing ever because it takes discipline, self-accountability, and you're trying to escape something. And that's what you do. You escape. And then as Eric stated, you're in and out of this business so fast. You just never get the momentum. And no, I love it. We have had salary listing partners in our organization for years and years and years. And make really, really good money, and they have a life. Like most of my guys work Monday through Friday. They don't work weekends. They control their schedule. Not that we're like, hey, treat it like a job, but kind of treat it like a job. Like what other company in the world are you going to go work at, and they're going to pay you $250,000 a year, and like just do whatever you want whenever you want?
Yeah.
But for whatever reason. That is sometimes the carrot that we have dangled in front of our agents. And most, to your point, Eric, most people do not want that. They actually want to be led, showed exactly what to do, play that safe. They are that S there, and I love it. No, I think it makes total sense. And it hits the majority of people that have a real estate license.
If you're watching this right now and you're a solo producer wondering, man, do I have to grow a big team? I have a gal, and the answer is no, you don't have to grow a big team, but the move is to grow a small team the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a gal that is in our coaching world. She's down in Dallas, Texas, and she had grown a big team. She had 15 or 20 people when she came to us. And we had said, hey, this is not a great model for you. Like, you're making, I think she was probably making $200,000 a year, risking bigly, stressing all the time, working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And 200 grand's a lot of money. But when you put that kind of stress and risk in there, it becomes an irresponsible move.
Yeah.
And so what we positioned her to do is we said, all right, let's have you go and grow this micro team, 2 admin, 1 partner. She now works 16 hours a week. She makes $350,000 a year net at 16 hours a week. Yeah. Sign me up for that, Jason, because if you factor in that dollar per hour, that's better than you and I are doing running our large teams.
Oh, for sure. There's no question about it. I mean, that is great time leverage. And, I think that is what was missed, or maybe we created a language that we wanted to read in the Millionaire Real Estate book. And it was all about big, 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 big. Go big or go home, right? And sometimes you do get to go home because you go home broke, which is not a great plan.
Here's what I say, Jason, is if you want to go big, you have to think small. And in fact, that's what's happening with my team right now. There's a rule called the rule of 3s and 10s. Every time an organization goes from 1 to 3, 3 to 10, 10 to 30, 30 to 100, and that multiple continues, you have to reframe the way in which you think about everything. Leadership structure, organizational management, time management, it all is in question. And for me, my team last year, we sold 1,023 homes, really our best year by far. But we were stuck for 4 or 5 years selling between 592 and 664 homes. And we had on average 35 people on our team. Okay. And the only way that we could actually grow, because I'm in a smaller community in which, so I can't go and just buy more leads because I'm just running out of things to buy, right? And so in order to actually grow and get healthy as an organization, if we wanted to grow big, we had to think small. And that's when we went to this micro team model, right? You have showing partners, you have people that are running their own unique businesses. They're even bringing on other agents now. And so although we're a large team of 50, we're made up of about 10 different teams of 3 to 6 people.
Yeah.
Right. And in order to think big to that next chapter, you have to think small. And if you're right now small, you don't have to think big to grow. You just got to think small. It's always about thinking small and going back to when it was easiest and trying to duplicate and replicate that.
Yeah. I love the progression of the promotion. I think that's brilliant. Because that, because you do have folks that, well, they want to be Erik Hatch. They want to duplicate. They see it. They're like, this is the life that I want. But to your point, I mean, why do we need 250 people on a team, a single team, when we can have 25 or 30 micro teams, and everybody is winning in that model?
Yeah, one of the things that we undervalue in this world is the power of proximity. The most dangerous flight risks that you have are the people in your world that are not seen. They feel invisible. They don't feel heard. They don't feel cared for. Invisibility is the biggest threat to your business, not the market shift, not the Zillows of the world. Your biggest threat is invisibility. It's either your clients or your team members. But my guess is somebody feels invisible right now, and you got to do better. Myself.
Yeah. No question. And that is true. I mean, people want to be recognized. They want to be appreciated. And, I've got people have been on my team for 8 and 10 years. And it's not because they're selling 250 houses a year. It's the sense of community. It's the notes that I get that say, hey, I'm making the money I want, but I'm here because my life has been impacted in XYZ way.
Yeah.
And not only their life.
The bigger you get, the more that becomes a threat, right? Is people not feeling that.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. It's the non-participation that you got to worry about. No question. And, it still makes for exciting times for sure. No question about it. I love the idea. It will be fun to read the book. It comes out July,
And
right?
it's at the printers right now, so I'm guessing right after the 4th it's going to be out.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Well, there is a really easy way to go get in line, and that is to go to hatchcoaching.com. You actually have a pre-sale.
Yes, we do.
Register. I don't know. It's 25, $30 for the book, whatever it is.
20 bucks in shipping and handling. We made it nice and easy. My Audible will come out. My audiobook will come out on Audible and all the other platforms as well at the same time. So if you're not somebody that loves the actual book, you can listen to my voice. I even read it myself.
Hey, there you go. I always enjoy doing both. Throwing the headphones in.
Look at that. You're buying two now.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know when I hear it and I read it, it sinks in quicker. And so I want to absorb the information as fast as I can. So, but there is a lot of great information you can get on the Hatch Coaching website, in addition to the new book, all kinds of tools and systems. And, if you are the type of person that you don't want to recreate the wheel, you want to jump on a train that's already moving in the right direction, plug and play, done for you. I mean, you have to do the work, right, Eric? I mean, I have friends and I love the book too. It's Think and Grow Rich, but it's not just think and you're a millionaire. It's think, grow, do, right? You got to take action.
Yeah.
So he's not going to do it all for you, but for sure the blueprint is there. And I mean, it's just like, it's a great resource. I don't care if you've been doing it 24 years like myself or 24 months, you're just getting started. The great thing about where we are in the world, the tech, and I mean, oh my gosh, how much it's changed over the years and the information that's there. So whether it's Facebook, YouTube, whatever, I mean, you got a lot of great content out on YouTube as well. People can jump on and just glean some information there. But I would just encourage you, you raise your hand, you ask the right questions, and you're doing this on a global scale, obviously with the coaching and the book. But the key factor of what you just said is like we're doing it right here in our backyard.
Yeah,
like we're living this thing in Fargo, and that's a great proof of concept. And so, is there 50 different ways to do everything? Sure, and I think sometimes you have to find the one that is right for you. But if you're not one of the 4, trust fund, baby mama, whatever, all these things that we talked about, and you have limited time, limited resource, what this is a quick way to build steam, get ahead, regardless of, what you, and not, it doesn't sound like we're talking about a tremendous amount of risk here with this model.
Well, I want to go back because I talked about those 5 transactions, right? And the goal is 25 and 25, right? You get 25,000, the agent gets 25,000. Realistically, let's say you bring in a licensed partner and it's going to take you 2 months to close that. Well, you're going to pay that person, say, $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
So that means you just made 44 and they just made 6. And that's actually a better win-win than them rolling the dice and playing in the 87% field where everybody seems to fail. So would you rather have $44,000 in your pocket and then leverage directly for you, or do you want to gamble on a bunch of untrained ruffians?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't see any of the largest companies in America, signing people. We got this great program. We're going to pay you a salary. We're just not going to start it for 90 days. Right? Welcome to real estate. That's
such a good point, Jason.
I mean, it's like that's not what is attracting people. And most people just want, well, first of all, they need to take care of their minimum family responsibilities, right? They have to have some type of money coming in, which also gives them a sense of empowerment. It makes them feel good. It's, you think about other businesses, a lot of other businesses do, cash draws until they have their first commission, or, they earn their way. As you point out, they earn their way to those higher commission levels. And it sounds like that's kind of the path that we're walking here.
Everything is earned, nothing is given. An agent, even if they don't start out on a micro team, or they don't start out as a partner, let's say they start out just as an agent, there's no way they should be making the same commission as the person who's seasoned and much more skilled. It's financial irresponsibility to the highest accord.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think it's a disservice to the consumer. I mean, it frustrates me. Sometimes people will get a little agitated with, some of our commission structures. And I'm like, look, we've got a proven system of 24 years of business. I mean, I'm not to be arrogant, but I mean, I've won 8 Super Bowls. I should make more
No,
money.
I love that you use that language, because I tell my coaching clients, listen, you're Tom freaking Brady.
Yes.
You're the one that has the plan. You have a blueprint to be successful. Don't be like, we're in a season now, especially in this shifting, adjusting, normalizing market, where we as leaders should no longer give suggestions. We're in command season.
Yeah.
Right? This is the plan to follow. You got to do this if you're going to make it.
Yeah.
That's wartime.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Writing by Ben Horowitz called Wartime versus Peacetime CEO. That has been a major catalyst in my mindset lately.
Okay. Love it. I'll have to check it out. All right, folks. As I said, go check out my friend Erik. You're going to love his info. Matter of fact, you can get with Erik live in person here, like in 2 months. I think we got an event in Fargo, right?
We do. I hope to see you come back. You were here a couple of years ago, but let's get you back to the dojo.
Absolutely. Well, it's a fantastic town, great community, loved it, had a blast. The football was amazing, everything. It was a perfect weekend, perfect weather. So go to Hatch Coaching, guys. Check out a lot of resources. We've got some events coming. Get on the list to get the new book. And stay tuned. We're going to have more stuff coming right here on Real Estate Speed School. My friend, I appreciate you so very much, and definitely look forward to catching up with you very soon.